Do you want to add Oneforall into your Minecraft worlds? Well, my name's Tasting and in today's video I'll be showing you how to do just that. Starting off with a showcase of this quirk, it consists of two main abilities, with the first being a devastating shockwave, going by the name Detroit Smash, capable of clearing massive hordes of enemies in seconds, with its 30-second cooldown on return. We also have the second ability known as full Cowling, allowing the player to become supercharged for 10 seconds, in which they gain speed, jump boost and strength, as well as emitting a green aura around them. Moving on to the commands, I'll first head over to my command room. We'll be starting off by covering the Detroit Smash, with the redstone being on screen. Starting off, we place a repeat always active command block with its function to test when the tag player is within a 5 block radius of the smash item, essentially detecting when it's been dropped on the ground. Moving on, we take this output through a comparator and then a repeater, sending the power through a block and then into an impulse needs redstone command block with its function to teleport the item away from the player temporarily. Coming off this block as well, we take 3 redstone dust like this, with one drop down in the middle into an impulse needs redstone command block with its function to summon an armor stand projectile at the player. We also place a chain conditional always active command block on top of this to play a sound effect every time it's activated. Moving on, we take a piston out of the block from before, going into a redstone block and then a gap, with finally a piston facing back towards us like shown on screen. Going to the back of the piston, we place a temporary marker with a repeater coming out of this, going into an impulse needs redstone command block, with its function to teleport the smash item back to the player. We also put a command block next to this with its function to set an air block at the marker's location from before with a 10-tick delay. Alongside this, in the side of the gap from before, we place the same set block command with the same coordinates of your own will, but this time put a redstone block in there instead with a 600-tick delay. Finally, all you'll have to do is build the redstone layout on screen to finish off the main circuit. Moving over to the actual projectile, we'll come over to the side of our commands, placing 5 repeat always active command blocks, with one being a damage command to hurt all entities except the player when coming into contact with a smash. We also use this next execute command to kill the armor stand out of a 60 block radius. At last, we make it so the armor stand now teleports 1 block forwards every single tick to mimic the travelling of the projectile. Onto our final 2 optional commands. We first use this particle command to make an explosion type projectile at the smash's location, with our final command turning the armor stand completely invisible. With that, your Detroit Smash is now working, and all you'll have to do is add yourself as the Oneforall tag, as well as giving yourself the Detroit Smash item. Moving over to the full Cowling ability, this activation circuit works pretty much identically to its counterpart from before, with us starting off by placing a repeat always active command block to test for when the tagged player is next to the full Cowling item. Moving on, we build the same redstone layout as before, with us this time teleporting the full Cowling item on top of the impulse command block to the side. On the other side of the block, we once again place pistons and a redstone block like this, with our diamond block marker being the coordinates in which the impulse needs redstone command block set block command works with it having a 600-tick delay output like before. We also take an output out of the diamond block marker going into 2 impulse command blocks with their functions to teleport the item back to the player, as well as finally with a 10-tick delay to set the diamond block area back to air. Onto the ability itself being our last system, we come past the redstone layout on screen with it going into another piston redstone block layout, with it being put here to avoid a double activation on return of the item. Starting off, we place another marker behind the final piston with the redstone going into an impulse needs redstone command block, where it's once again to put a redstone block at the marker's location, with a chain conditional always active command block with a 10-tick delay to remove it shortly after. Onto the ability itself, we place 4 repeat needs redstone command blocks with their functions to constantly put the particles at the player's location, as well as giving them speed, jump boost, and as well as strength. With that, you're all done, and if you enjoyed this video, then make sure to like and subscribe, and as always, stay creative.